Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna make another drawing, or actually I'm gonna make another drawing. So I actually thought to myself, I need some I need snowman. Okay. Can you still hear me? I hope so. All right. So uh, story. Basically I just finished uploading on my last story, so I'm not sure. Alright, let's do this other story. I'm gonna make this other story based off of 10 things I used to think of when I was actually 5 things I used to think of when I was a little kid. Starting off with number 5. I thought I was gonna draw 10, but then I was like 5 is better because I can't remember. Okay. Starting off with number 5. I used to think when I was little that since the TV and I had nothing back then, like when I was a kid, I had like no tablets. I had no computers whatsoever. And like worst of all, I even had nothing. Like I had nothing to do, like not even a game. But the best thing that I really loved, which I did have actually, was a television. And television is actually something important that all kids at least see whenever they're a kid. That's basically the first thing they see, a TV. The first thing they do, they watch it. They watch and learn. How else do you think kids or moms buy those Elmo or Dora shows about learning your 1, 2, 3 or ABC? Well, I in fact had a television. So when I had the television, what would I do exactly? Well, what you actually thought I would do. I watched cartoons, mostly on this channel called Boomerang. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Boomerang for some reason. And what's it called? And Boomerang, there was always these good shows on, like Garfield, the Flintstones, Casper's Friendly Ghost. I don't know. It's pretty boring. Tom and Jerry, one of my favorites, and I think Popeye. And like, I love watching those classic ones. Especially, you know, those other ones I haven't mentioned. But there's this one time where like I actually thought I was I would think I was sleeping, and all of a sudden I was like, man, I wish I could jump into the TV and like actually be in a cartoon like how they always do in TV. So what I did was I actually bent down, still like I was half awake, like 50-50, alright? 50-50. So this was like awake and then sleepy. So, what I did was, of course, but just by hearing that, you already know what I did, right? Well, if you actually knew what I did, you're right. I jumped towards the television and I knocked the freaking TV off. I think that like I hit TV like really hard when I jumped for some reason. And I was like, woo, jump. And then all of a sudden like the TV had like these like big old rays just flashing everywhere. And all of a sudden the TV turned off. I was like, okay. And at some point or another, I turned off the TV. And then when I turned it back on, it seemed to be working. So I told no one, and I kept that to myself. Those are supposed to be like sweat marks, but other than that, let's move on. Number 4. I remember when I used to be so scared about watching scary movies. I don't know why. But every time I would watch a scary movie, I would always end up sleeping. So weird. Like, just hear me out. So like, when I would go to sleep, I would tuck in myself so much. Like, I would tuck in my whole body for some reason when I was sleeping. And for some reason, I would close my closet. I don't know why, but no. 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 Okay. So I would close my closet for some reason, and it was really, really weird. Because, I don't know why, but it just makes me feel so weird. I mean, having your closet open, I know that monsters don't exist. And there's no sign of them because people are just always saying that. But I would always think of like someone at my door. Especially the first time I watched The Purge, it was really scary to me. Because like, it was the first movie, how would you not expect it to be really that bad? Or really that good? Not bad, it was actually pretty good. I actually give it a 10 out of 10. It was a great movie. So I would actually expect someone to at least be at my door for some reason if I open my eye. Ever since, I've been so scared that, I don't know why, but like, these are all things I used to think. These are 5 things I used to think. So I would always think that would, okay. Number 5, I used to think that I could jump into TVs and then do that stuff. Number 4, I used to think that horror stuff were real. Moving on to number 3. I don't know why, but whenever I always went to Chuck E. Cheese, I think everybody's pretty much heard of Chuck E. Cheese, or at least a place that offers animatronics. Not offers, but like, they have attention to children. I don't know why, but for some reason, animatronics used to creep me out. And this is something I didn't believe. This is something I actually thought was a nightmare. I mean, I'm not good at drawing things and stuff like that. But just watching a mouse dance, and it was just like, really crazy. Like, just seeing him. Alright, so there was this point where I wanted to see what would happen if I actually touched the animatronic. But for some reason, it touched me back. And it looked a way that made me so uncomfortable. Nah, it didn't touch me anywhere private. Okay, so here's what happened. I touched the animatronic by like slapping its hand for some reason because I wanted to give it a high five. So when I slapped its hand, all of a sudden it hit me. Like, the animatronic was like right here with the poofy stuff and like that, basically that. And then like it slapped me, like smack. Like smack, the whole universe collapsed, and I was like, my god, this animatronic touched me. I was so freaked out, and now that I think of it, animatronics aren't even that scary. I mean, kids, I don't know how adults would think that they would get lots of money just by like actually thinking that like, kids would actually be like, oh my god, like yeah, so cool, animatronics, yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, yeah, so cool, I like Chucky, I like the doggy, I like the parrot, I don't know what it is. And then for some reason, the kids weren't actually into all of that mumbo jumbo. They were actually in for the games and the prizes. I mean, I remember this one time where there was like a 1,000 ticket sale, and you could end up winning a PS, I think it was 2, because it was whenever I was like I don't know how old I was, but they were saying a PS2, and I was like, oh cool, that's so cool. But it came with no game, so I was like, it's not worth it. Number 2. I used to think that dogs could talk back, or pets. Mostly because I have dogs, and I used to have a cat, but then they ran away, and I'm not sure if it's even alive. But, I still have a doggy, Okay, not that, not like that. There. So, I used to think my dogs could talk back to me. So one day, I gave him soup because I was inspired by Martha Speaks, that crappy show about that girl who gives, or I think it's a boy, no, it's a girl, who gives her dog some alphabet soup with like ABC letters 1, 2, 3, basically, and for some reason it helps the doggy speak. And this was all the things that happened when I was a kid. So I gave it to my dog, and I was actually hoping it would talk. No, actually, proof that it will talk. But then I was like, wow. Now that I look back at it, I'm like, man, I was so stupid. And I was like, man, I would laugh at myself someday. Okay. This is the number one thing that I think was the most embarrassing thing that people may think of me. Okay, first of all, whenever people just see me, they just see like a normal face in the crowd, a normal little kid who's just like an 11-year-old, thinking that he's gonna have a good day. And they're right. I do have good days. At some point, I don't have bad days. And my eyes are not blue, by the way. I'm just gonna color it that. Turns out there's this one time where this is one time where I was actually like, man, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm back. I couldn't actually think of it, but I actually thought it. So, whenever you just see me, they're like, man, they just think this kid's gonna have a perfect day, but he actually isn't. Well, you were wrong if you actually thought that. I was always not bad. Now, I was never actually a really good kid. Not trying to be a bad kid, like, you know what I mean, right? A bad kid. Like, that's basically what most kids try to do. And at some point or another, I would do something that didn't make me happy. I don't know why. But come to think of it, hey, it's actually a pretty good thing. You know, things. So when people used to look at me, I was like, maybe someday people will be looking at me just like, wow, that kid's so like cool. Like he's just like, I know that guy. No, hell no. Okay, so what's it called? Yeah, that's what I used to think. Cool. I used to think that when people actually looked at me, they would be like, oh, I know that guy. He's just like a guy that, you know, does things. Like, he's pretty famous, because now that you think of it, now that comes to think of it, like, just think of it. You're just a guy with just a YouTube channel. Be like, hey guys, look at my new content I made. I'm someone famous. No, I'm PewDiePie. Yeah, I can't draw the hair. I'm PewDiePie. Look at my cool hair. He doesn't have black hair. He's blonde. I'm PewDiePie. Yeah, Brofist. I'm not making fun of him. I'm just saying. I'm PewDiePie. PewDiePie. Yeah. I'm so famous and stuff. Well, I thought that I would come to think of it and be like, man, I wish I would be pretty famous someday. But making dreams may be really hard. So far, I realized maybe they will end up working. Not like something, but hey, I love that quote. If at first you don't succeed, you try again or don't give up. I don't know how it goes. But if y'all like this video, give it a great thumbs up. Can we hit, I don't know how many likes, because no one even likes my videos. Well, maybe next time. See you in the next one. Bye bye.